Hello, once again, we are reading. That's our daily reading exercise. We are going to read from The Complete Guide to Fossils and Fossil Collecting. Credit goes to Hermes House, which I had bought back in 2015. Yeah, that's more than 5 years. Today, cleaning fossils is chapter. Rarely, some fossils fall out of rocks in almost perfect condition. All they need for display is buffing with a soft cloth and a discreet label. But in most cases, specimens benefit from some judicious preparation and sympathetic cleaning. Before rushing to clean and prepare a specimen, there are some questions to consider. Is it really worth a place in the displayed collection? What seemed like a fine collection example when you were removing it out of the field some time ago may not now seem quite so marvelous. It may have been eclipsed by a specimen you found subsequently. On close examination, it could have small flaws or chips. It might be very similar to a specimen you have already prepared or obtained. In these cases, it might be worth saving for a general background or reference collection, but without too much time spent on preparation, since it will probably not go on display. How much should it be cleaned? Leaving some surrounding rock or matrix in place may add artistic merit and character to a fossil. Take some time to look at real specimen in museums and exhibitions, and of photographs and a specimen in books and on websites. See how sometimes only a portion has been exposed and cleaned up. The result can be more dramatic as the fossil appears mysteriously from its background, while at the same time providing enough scientific information for firm identification. The workplace. For cleaning and preparation, you need a clear working space with a hard, non-slippery surface, such as wood, which does not matter if it chips or dents. Beware of fragments of rock flying away from the specimen as you work. Some preparators arrange series of long, low, upright panels around the work surface like fencing to stop this from happening. Plenty of light from a couple of desk lamps on either side to minimize shadows is important. Try not to place the light sources on the opposite side of the specimen from yourself, otherwise, the area you are working on will be shaded. Goggles for eye protection against flying shards are also strongly advised. Experts usually clean a smaller fossil while looking through a magnifier lens on a stand or through a binocular microscope. This helps to protect your eyes and prevent eye strain as well as giving a closer view. A fishing tackle box or toolkit case with a small drawers compartment make a good container for tools and equipments. Similar many compartment cases intended for items such as screws and bolts available from do-it-yourself and hardware outlets are very handy to store your specimens while they are being prepared. It helps if you have a room or corner to leave this equipment laid out in place rather than having to set it all out and then pack it away again after each session. If tools and specimens can be left out, covering them with a cloth or sheet will prevent dust gathering, which tends to dull the color of fossil and obscure detail. Cleaning with chemicals. Often, a fossil is different in mineral composition from the matrix around it. If the fossil is much harder, it may be possible to brush away soft matrix, perhaps after softening or soaking it with water. You could test soak unwanted pieces in water or perhaps a dilute solution of vinegar, which may soften or dissolve calcium-rich matrix while leaving the fossil untouched. Fossils from the seashore may be soaked for a few hours in a watery weak solution of bleach. This helps to remove the salt. Again, try these techniques on an unwanted piece first. Another chemical method is acid etching. I had read in a book that was in National Geographic. I was reading it during my kids' time, during my childhood time, that it may take years and sometimes decades to dissolve this fossil specimen to make it in something meaningful. So that's a lot of patience, and it almost span two or three of such cases can span the entire lifetime of a paleontologist. So that's strange and requires a level of patience. I mean, not everyone would be able to do it. Another chemical method is acid Etching. Kits of acid etch equipment and solution can be purchased from specialist fossil suppliers. This is a fairly complex, time-consuming technique and involves handling potentially harmful chemicals. Good ventilation is essential and other safety precautions are also necessary. Sometimes local paleontology club members band together to research, purchase and set up such equipment so that it can be used during carefully monitored communal sessions. Physical methods. When removing rock and matrix by physical means, it is advised to study the hidden shape and contours of fossil, where the matrix probably ends and the specimen begins. This can be done by consulting guidebooks and fossil and identifiers. When chipping carefully with a lightweight hammer and narrow chisel, making sure the specimen is well supported so it cannot fly away or slide off the worktop. More delicate tools include awls, bradawls, dental picks, and mounted needles for removing small and smaller particles. Even general household items such as cotton buds and paintbrush can be used. Power tools. Powered engravers, drills, or sanders can save much time. Dental drills and modeling power tools often have tiny circular saw blades and fine file-like abrades for gradually and carefully removing entrant matrix. With all these pause now and again to clear the dust. Take a wider view from several angles to check progress of the work. Power tools throw up a lot of dust and debris, so wear face masks to filter the air as well as the usual protective goggles. That's all for today. That brings an end to the reading session every day. Keep up with me and do keep practicing each and every day. That's all from my side today. Over to you. Take care. Good night.